Hey, it's Lauren Foster with Be Happy First here. Up at the top of my mountain, we just spent about an hour hiking up here. Let's see, you can see Rocky there behind me. I'm going to tell you a story about Rocky today because he plays into our whole theme of, but what about my pain today? Um, First of all, I want to let you know about a 12-week course that I'm going to do live here on Facebook Live. It's going to be on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, starting this Saturday. It's the 10 steps to higher self-esteem and greater happiness. One thing that I've learned throughout the years is that you can't outperform your self-esteem, that what the image that you have of yourself, the patterns that you have formed for yourself over your lifetime, will keep continually trying to drag you back and pull you back and keep you in the status quo. So the good news is that you can increase your self-esteem. And I get asked the question, well, how long does it take? How long does it take to change a paradigm, to elevate your self-esteem? And the answer is, I don't know. It's a Monday. I am at my most favorite lunch spot in the entire world. I hiked up here and had a little bit of lunch and hung out with my dogs, and still there's this nagging thing in the back of my head that makes me want to feel guilty that I'm out on a work day having a picnic with my dogs. And now I haven't had anyone keeping me accountable to their schedule or telling me when to be anywhere for decades. Since I was in my 20s, I've been very, very blessed to have income sources where I had a whole lot of freedom to make my own schedule. And yet still, that's still trying to tug at me, and making time for myself to hike and be out in nature and nurture my soul is like the most important thing in the world, more important than any schedule. So I have to completely remind myself of that again. So if you're just joining me, hi. I wanted to extend an invitation to the 10 steps to higher self-esteem and greater happiness, which starts on Saturday at 11, this coming Saturday. So anyway, we were talking about what it takes to change a paradigm or to increase your self-esteem. And I want to share with you some imagery that I use around paradigms. And if you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll understand this right away. But I like to picture Mad-Eye Moody. Mad-Eye Moody is like the really high up in the Auror department. The Aurors are like the police department in the magical world, and their job is to fight dark wizards. So they're dark wizard fighters. And so throughout his career, Mad-Eye Moody had gotten pretty paranoid, and he would only drink from his own flask because he was afraid someone would poison him. And when he was teaching defense against the dark arts, his mantra was constant vigilance. And that's the mantra that I like to have regarding my paradigms, because they will sneak up and take you unawares if you're not paying constant attention. So that's the reason for being in a structure, for being willing to wake up every single day and make the choice that you're the captain of your ship, not your old patterns, that you're going to make those decisions for yourself. And then the other thing, as I was hiking up here, as often happens, instead of being in the moment enjoying my hike, all of these things keep popping into my head that I want to share with you. And the other one was, well, what about my pain? Sadly, a lot of us, a very large segment of the population, I don't know the number, but are overweight and are unable to, in their minds, they feel like they can't do the things that they need to do to get in shape because they're out of shape. So it's a vicious cycle that I need to work out, but what about my pain? And I'm reminded of the story of my friend Mary Todd. Hopefully I will tag her when I'm through with this, and maybe she'll chime in and give me the exact numbers. But she lost like 2 people, a lot of weight, 200 pounds or more, something around in there. And I had her on one of my shows back when I was in Tullahoma to talk about her story. And when she started out, the best she could do was walk to her mailbox. And you know what she did? She walked to her mailbox. And that's what about your pain is, you do what you can with what you have today and have total faith that you're going to have more resources tomorrow, and that the universe is going to meet you with the things that you need to accomplish the things that you want. And the other cool story about pain is my dog, my dog Rocky. You can see him back there. He's enjoying himself. Well, Rocky is around 13 years old. Nobody knows his exact birthday, but he's starting to feel his age in his hips and his hindquarters, and he's walking like this is painful for him. He doesn't want to really get up and things like that. So if you watch him around the house, he's laying down and he gets up and comes over and nudges at my knee with his nose while I'm working, and goes over and gets a drink of water and looks over at me again and limps across the room and lays down again. And he does some variation of this many times a day. Well, if he sees hiking boots come out, all of a sudden, the old guy is gone and he's a 5-year-old pup again. He's dancing around. He's chasing his tail. There's absolutely no sign of the pain in his hips and thighs or wherever it happens to be. So the lesson here is choose to, we're not denying that you have pain. It's we live in a human body and sometimes things go awry and it hurts. But while we may choose not to have pain, in the meantime, we can choose not to give our attention to our pain and instead turn our attention to something that we love. Turn our attention to something that thrills us, like Rocky is thrilled by running and playing in the snow and easily keeping up with his much younger sister Lacey and longer-legged sister Lacey. So, pain is sort of a fact of life, but how you view it and whether you allow it to serve you or to further hold you back, that's your decision. You get to decide each and every day exactly how you're going to look at things. So that's my spiel for today. Thanks for joining me on my lunch break in this beautiful, beautiful place on the top of a little mountain. I'll give you one more view. Have a look. This is what I look at. My pretty dogs. And my backpack. My new thing is strapping on a lot of weight and finding the highest hill I can find to climb. Totally beautiful. Alright, so once again, join me this Saturday. That's going to be January the 21st, I believe, at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, right here at Facebook Live. The first lesson is going to be an introduction to the 12-week course that is called 10 Steps to Higher Self-Esteem and Greater Happiness. And I charge $3,000 for this program if I take you through it one-on-one. So it's a really, really great value, and you don't want to miss it. So I will meet you back here no later than Saturday morning at 11 Eastern Time. In the meantime, make it an amazing week. Much love.